Putin panic. Ukrainian cluster rocket destroyed Russian ammunition route bridge. Ukraine is eyeing a two-bridge attack to collapse Russian forces still occupying the south of the country. A former special advisor to Kyiv's commander-in-chief has told media, but needs an expanded arsenal of long-range cluster munitions to push Moscow's troops to their breaking point. Dan Rice, a former U.S. Army officer and a West Point graduate, was influential in the White House's July decision to send 150 mm tube-fired dual-purpose improved conventional munitions, DPICM, to Ukraine while serving as a special advisor to Ukraine's top commander, General Valery Zaluzhny.
What?
Rice, who is now the president of the American University Kyiv, is among those pushing for DPICM rockets that can be fired from Ukraine's high-mobility artillery rocket system, HIMARS, and M270 multiple-launch rocket system. Such munitions, Rice believes, would be a game-changer in Kyiv's efforts to shut down the land corridor of occupied land linking Crimea to western Russia. Ukrainian forces are currently driving into Russian defensive lines in southeastern Zaporizhzhia and Donetsk oblasts, contending with expansive minefields, trenches, and fortifications many months in the making. Kyiv's ultimate goal is to penetrate and sever the Crimea land corridor, also known as the land bridge, isolating the Russian grouping on the peninsula. If combined with the full destruction of the Kerch Strait Bridge, such success might make the occupation of southern Ukraine and Crimea untenable. Rice's primary focus is now on DPICM-armed M26 and M39 variant rockets, with respective ranges of around 20 and 100 miles. The M39 munition is better known as the Army Tactical Missile System, colloquially referred to as the HIMARS. The rocket has been at the top of Kyiv's shopping list for a year or more, but has repeatedly been denied Ukraine by a White House fearing Russian escalation. Both the M26 and M39 would greatly outrange the 15-mile 150 mm DPICM in use by Ukraine since July. Foreign cluster munitions have already been influential on the battlefield. Drone footage shot during Ukraine's recent seizure of the Donetsk village of Urozhain showed Russian soldiers being mowed down by cluster bomblets as they fled the settlement. For Rice, this video is a preview of what longer-range cluster munitions could do all across Russia's land corridor. A Pentagon spokesperson told media that the Defense Department does not comment on Ukrainian requests for specific weapons systems. "Our support focuses on equipment that is relevant for the current fight," they said in a statement. The whole corridor, all the way to the Sea of Azov coast, would be within range of the M39, Rice said. They'd be able to hit all the major transportation nodes and essentially shut down the land bridge. It would just be a turkey shoot. So, you don't have to take the land. You can just use drones for surveillance and target any key movements of personnel, or trains, or large units. I would see every frontline battalion and every rear echelon battalion coming under fire from the M26s. I would save the M39s for long-distance shots into key transportation nodes. That would shut down that bridge, but you would also be able to go after supply and ammunition dumps and fuel depots outside the range of the current munitions, he said. This would effectively shut down the land corridor. Then, Russia once it gets the Kerch Strait Bridge has no way to supply its troops in Crimea. And then, you've got a much better position at the negotiation table, or a forced full withdrawal from Crimea. Russian forces have proven largely unable to intercept HIMARS and M270 munitions, and have also failed to destroy a single launcher, despite making them a priority target. They come in at about Mach 3. They're coming in so fast that they can't be shot down, and they're not doing a good job with jamming them, Rice said. These are incredibly effective weapons. The only thing they can do is target the HIMARS launchers, which they have been doing unsuccessfully. It is a high-priority target, and it does leave a very, very distinct signature when the rockets go flying out. You do have a temporary time where they're vulnerable, but they've already been a prime target since last summer. The Russians have proven very ineffective at getting them, he said. Ukraine has done a phenomenal job in hiding them, using very effective camouflage strategy tactics, shooting and scooting, meaning they fire and then they move, and they have cover and concealment. They've really gotten very, very good. These are national assets for Ukraine, and they've protected them as national assets.